Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So, looks like another one of the Republicans' witnesses has a major credibility issue. Shocking. Before I dive into the details, though, smash the subscribe button, please. Just click that button, ring the bell so you're notified of new videos. You're gonna love the videos. I already know it, so just don't put up a fight. All right. Anyway, as you all know, House Republicans are conducting a clown show, which they call an impeachment inquiry into Joe Biden. But so far, they are really batting zero. So far, two of their so-called star witnesses have been accused of committing crimes of their own. One of the two, as you probably all know, was just arrested for lying to the FBI about the Bidens. And then he revealed that the fairy tales that he told about Biden accepting millions of dollars in bribes, oh yeah, that came from Russian intelligence sources. And then the other Republican witness is an accused criminal who is on the run. He is now an international fugitive. So it's been, needless to say, an embarrassing endeavor for the Republicans. And now it got a little bit worse. Another witness was just called out for lying in his interview with the House Oversight Committee that's handling this sham of an impeachment. Based on photographic evidence, it definitely seems like he was up to no good. He was doing something shady with Donald Trump's chief of staff, Mark Meadows. So here's the backstory on this. Mark Meadows' aide and Trump aide, Cassidy Hutchinson, testified before the January 6th Select Committee. I'm sure you all remember that. She wrote a book about her experience in the White House. And she said in this book that, and I believe she said to the committee, that Mark Meadows had this secretive, very suspicious meeting with a man named Tony Bobulinski. Yes, that is his real name, Tony Bobulinski. So this was prior to the 2020 election. Hutchinson wrote in her book, quote, "In the shadows of the bleachers, I observed Mark and Tony Bobulinski's interaction through a gap in the vehicles. When they said their goodbyes, I saw Mark hand Tony what appeared to be a folded sheet of paper or a small envelope." So that meeting with Bobulinski is intriguing because Bobulinski is a friend, or was a friend and business partner of Hunter Biden, Joe Biden's son. So that's why the Republicans, apparently, that's why they say they called him to testify before the sham impeachment committee. But why would a Biden associate be conducting a covert meeting with Donald Trump's chief of staff, right? I'm sure it was completely innocent. I'm sure they were probably just exchanging like secret cookie recipes or something, right? Wouldn't want those to get out in an email just in case you get hacked. Mom's secrets. Anyway, during Bobulinski's testimony before the committee, he told them, quote, "Cassidy Hutchinson is an absolute liar and a fraud." First of all, how would he know? But Bobulinski told the committee that he wasn't wearing a ski mask and that Meadows, quote, "didn't hand me a single thing." Well, Bobulinski could end up on the wrong side of a defamation lawsuit because Cassidy Hutchinson just provided this photo to the committee. So if you're listening on the podcast, what I'm showing is a photo taken by Cassidy Hutchinson. This was at one of Trump's rallies, and Meadows and Bobulinski are standing between two SUVs. And you can see off to the left of the screen, there are Secret Service agents there. They're keeping watch. And beyond the agents, you can see bleachers. They are filled with people. Obviously, these people are watching Trump's speech. Now, it is true, Bobulinski, you can see in the photo, he is not wearing a ski mask. What he was wearing, though, was a baseball cap and a mask over the lower portion of his face. From his nose down is covered. So I can see how in the dark, someone could have mistaken that for a ski mask. Now, again, what is with all the sneaky, all this cloak and dagger stuff? right? So Hutchinson's attorney sent a copy of this photo to the top Democrat and the top Republican on the committee, along with a note that says, quote, Mr. Bobulinski's claims under oath that he was not wearing a mask, that Mr. Meadows did not hand him anything, and that Ms. Hutchinson was fabricating facts. Perhaps Mr. Bobulinski's memory is impaired about the meeting, and a picture would help refresh his recollection. Ms. Hutchinson took a photo of Mr. Bobulinski meeting with Mr. Meadows from her vantage point just on the other side of the vehicle from their conversation. A copy is attached to this letter. Mr. Bobulinski may be somewhat hard to make out in this image since he is wearing his Penn State hat and a mask. Ms. Hutchinson stands by what she witnessed that night and wrote in her book. So Bobulinski's team fired back. They're still trying to minimize the obvious implication of this very strange, secretive meeting. And they said, quote, we will see to it that Miss Hutchinson soon gets her day in court to tell her story in front of a jury, and the truth will prevail. So what I find most telling about Bobulinski is who he chose to represent him. He has several attorneys, but one of them is Stefan Passantino. So that name should ring a bell because he used to represent Cassidy Hutchinson. He was Cassidy Hutchinson's attorney in the January 6th Select Committee up until the time that she decided to tell the truth. When she decided to tell the truth about what happened in the Trump White House, and on January 6th, she got a different attorney because, according to her, Passantino was being paid by Trump super PACs or some affiliates of Trump. Somehow Trump was paying his fees. And according to her, Passantino was urging her to say, I don't recall, and to not elaborate on things as much as possible. So, one might even call that urging her to lie. Now, he refutes that allegation. He says, no, I never did that. I never told her to lie, blah, blah, blah. But odd that, all of a sudden she gets a new attorney, ditches Passantino, and all of a sudden she remembers all these things that she couldn't before, has all of these stories to tell, and has provided evidence, by the way. And also odd that a friend and associate of Hunter Biden would be surreptitiously meeting with Trump's chief of staff prior to the 2020 election, and that he would also be represented by an attorney with ties to Trump. Again, I'm sure it is just a major coinky-dink. Yeah, sure there's nothing to it at all. All right, I will let you know when I hear more. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like this video, share it, become a subscriber, as I mentioned. Please donate if you possibly can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.